Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today on Tarot Whispers, we're going to be looking at the Strength card. So when you're looking at the Strength card, you can see a woman here. She's got the infinity sign above her head, and she's holding the mouth of a lion ever so calmly. She's got a calm look on her face. The lion kind of looks pleased, looking up at her. And so the Strength card is all about having strength, but it's about having inner strength, having courage, having patience. So it's not about brute strength or about, being able to use your muscle power to get what you want. This is about internal strength, right? This is about if someone, let's say, is really getting on you about something, instead of you snapping and firing back and getting angry, this is you having the internal strength to understand that that's their character and that you're going to stay within your character and you're not going to snap out of anger or out of rage. So this is just about having the internal strength, the internal knowing, the um, internal strength, knowing, contentment, understanding. So it's all about just that internal, right? So courage is not about not being afraid. It's about doing what needs to be done in the face of fear, right? And so that's what she has. She's doing what she needs to do. She's taming this lion, even though she may have some fears. She's using her courage. She's using her inner strength. She's using her patience to slowly but surely tame this lion, so that she's not having to use her brute strength. She's able just to use her internal strength. So I'm going to pull out my board today, and we are going to see what spirits have to say about the Strength card. And as always, I do write in silence and then dub back over, so sometimes it doesn't quite line up or doesn't quite sound right, or I have trouble reading my own writing, so sometimes I can trip over words a little bit, but I'll do the best I can. So I'll be quiet here for a moment, and I'll just start listening to what the spirits have to tell us about the Strength card. The Strength card represents everything one should strive for. The strength is not going out and forcing your will on others, or using brute power or strength to overpower someone or bend them to your will. The Strength card is all about internal quiet strength and inner knowing and inner calmness and inner bravery, where you stand by your beliefs, your actions. Your actions align with your internal beliefs. and wants and knowing. The Strength card is about standing up for your beliefs, standing up for what's right, even in the face of adversaries. It is about a calmness within. When you understand not only your perspective, but the perspective of others, and can and do act with the best intentions and with the highest and greatest interests of all involved. It means doing what is right or what you want despite what others may think or say. You are your own person, and you must deal with life from a place of strength. Strength in your beliefs, strength in right and wrong, strength in the knowledge that every action you take is within the light of love, with the vein of peace, love. Okay, so Spirit wants to tell us, right? That the Strength card is not about forcing your will on others. It's not about using your brute strength or your brute power, right? It's all about having that quiet strength, that inner knowing, inner calmness, inner bravery, right? Understanding what your beliefs are, what you believe is right, and standing up for them. And it doesn't have to be that, I don't believe what you're saying is right, so I'm just going to come and attack you and attack you and attack you, right? That's not the internal strength. That's more brute strength. We're talking about internal strength. It's about having the calmness and the patience and the quietness and the inner strength to understand that that is their opinion, and that's fine. And they might not like what I'm doing because I may have a different opinion than them, but I will still stand up for what I believe in. I will still continue doing what I am doing, irregardless of other people's opinions, irregardless of what other people are doing, because this is what I know is right. And I don't need to worry about others' opinions. I don't need to worry about what others have to say. This is all about I'm going to stand in my power, stand in my strength of believing what's right and wrong, believing what I should and what I shouldn't do, believing when I need to stand up and say something versus when, you know what, I'll just stay quiet. It's fine. I can be here and I can be quiet. Even though I don't believe in you, I don't have to get up and argue against you. I don't have to make my opinion known, right? So this is all about that internal calmness, internal strength that you have within yourself. And this helps you ensure when you have this internal calmness, when you have this internal barometer of what you believe is right and wrong, irregardless of other people, then the actions you take will be within the light of love, right? And for me, the light of love is what you might call God, the universe, spirit, whatever it is, right? So in my belief system, I believe the only thing that actually exists is love. Everything else, all the anger, all the hate, all the being upset, being hurt, all that stuff, that's a human phenomenon. That is because we are in this human form currently, and so we encompass those feelings within ourselves. But when you're in the spiritual realm, there's only love. That's the only thing that exists. So you need to make sure that you're keeping all your decisions, all your actions that you're taking are within that light of love, within your highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good for others, right? So, although we can't control others, but we're not going to try and screw others over. We're going to try and help them where we can. If we got to make a decision, do we go left or right? And left is going to hurt a bunch of people and right will help people. We're going to go right. These are the decisions we make when we live within the light of love. So I hope this message helped you today, and I'm sending you out peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.